morning, everybody. Two things. I'm glad I wasn't late. And this is going to be the liveliest group I've ever been at 7:30 in the morning. So help me start my day. Just to give you a little overview of Applewood, thank you for having me back. I know that the Strongsville Rotary has been involved with Applewood for a long time. Not as long as we have been around, however. We're a compilation of really 3 agencies and a school that have been in the Cuyahoga County area since the oldest one, 1832. Some notes of interest: we have the first public school on one of our campuses on West 104th in Detroit. We were also the first children's services agency. It's run by the government now. Children's services agencies in Ohio are county agencies, but before they became a county entity, they were philanthropic, and they were philanthropists who came together to take care of children who were abused and neglected and didn't have homes. And Children's Aid Society, which is one of the organizations that is Applewood, was the first child serving agency in Cuyahoga County to do that. We serve over 6,500 children and families, children and families a year. We have 3 campuses and a school. Most of our children are poor children, most of them actually Medicaid recipients. We are community mental health, and we also have a school called the Eleanor Gerson School. So to bring this alive a little bit for you this morning, rather than, because I've been here before and maybe some of you have heard the presentations before, I just want to talk about one client, because I think it's important to bring that alive for people. Our Eleanor Gerson School is for children with mental health. It's 6th grade through 12th, so about 11-year-old children up through 18, 19 years old. The school was developed actually by the Quaker Society in the early 70s, and they decided to move it to us because really the Friends group isn't in business to manage schools, so they moved it to Applewood Centers. We work with children who are very, very disenfranchised from their public school districts because of a mental health disorder. If any of you have ever heard of Asperger's, which is some pervasive developmental spectrum, autism is on that spectrum too. Many Asperger's children don't, one of the biggest factors is that they can't socially interact very well. There's some brain dysfunction, neurological dysfunction that keeps that from happening for them without a lot of coaching. A lot of Asperger's children are seen as odd in school, and many of the other children in the school don't interact with them, and they're often completely ignored or worse, bullied. And many of our children come to us after having been bullied significantly in their public schools. And I'm talking public schools from the Cleveland Metropolitan School District all the way to Rocky River, West Lake, Shaker Heights. Well, there's one of our students, let's call him Mike, he came to us. He was a child. He was about 15 when he came to us. He stopped going to school because he could not deal with the kinds of interactions that were happening. Teachers are very busy people, largely ignored him, and then when he stopped going to school, he wasn't even there to ignore. His mother found her way to us through the school district, and Mike started at our school. He was a sophomore. A curious piece about Mike is that he liked going to school so much that when the busing stopped, many of the times the public school districts bus to us, but the school districts with cuts that many of the districts are having were unable to bus him over. He started taking the public transportation from far east of Shaker Heights to our school on West 104th in Detroit every day, never missed a day. He also had a hip dysplasia issue where it was very difficult for him to walk, but he would get off of the public transportation at the bus stop and walk about 3/4 of a mile to our school every day, never missed a day. He went to our school for 3 years. We have mental health professionals that work with our children as well as special education teachers. And he graduated at the top of the class, had become, with a small student government small student government organization, had become the president of the student government organization and went on to win a full scholarship at a local college. So this is the kind of work we do. Often when I give talks, I talk about kids in our mental health programs. We have many more kids in our mental health programs than we do in our high school. I thought today it might be nice to talk about one of the children and one of the successes that we have had from our high school. And he also comes back and talks to our current students now because he's a very good example of what kids can do when they get to our school. So that's one out of about 6,500 children a year that we do very good work with, and most of the time do it either on Medicaid or charitably. So again, thank you, and I hope you ask me back next year.